The last video, we finished the interior, but I wasn't happy with the e-brake, so I got those pieces from eBay to make a little better. Not perfect, but a little better. We had a lot of going on in this video, but I'll tell you, wasn't as I was planning, for sure. A lot of going on here. It seems that I have a lot of stuff to do on this car every time. And by the way, an update on the starter that I just put it in. Didn't work, still making noise, so I ordered another one. Should be here tonight. So but meanwhile, this car needs alignment, so I'm taking this to the alignment shop and then we'll come back and we see how that goes. But let's see if you guys can hear the noise of the starter. Let's prime that pump. Are you kidding me? What is draining this battery though? Let's see if that works, and then you guys can hear the starter. Oh, that worked. We have 14 volts. The idea was very simple. While I wait for stuff to put on this video, which was a couple of pieces and also how to clean the Alcantara, I was going to take care of stuff that I needed. Alignment being the most important. Since I did the engine swap, I never got alignment done. So I drove it to the alignment shop. You guys know, it's boring. I don't want to show you guys. But the car went to the alignment rack completely fine. They got the alignment done. And when I was preparing to pay, the guy pull up the car and say like, hey, I left running because for some reason the battery is being drained, and I think what it is the dash cam, but we get back to that, and I'll let it run. I was like, that's fine. I pay my bill, and when I turn around, I saw smoke come out of the car, and that's what I saw. All right, we had an issue, so this broke down and it started leaking coolant like crazy. So my wife is coming to the rescue, but meanwhile I should be able to sort it out everything, and we'll go from there. Let's see if I can fix on the spot because I have that part at home. We'll see. It clearly was that T that connect a couple of coolant lines together, but at this point I didn't know exactly what happened. For me, that T is the second time that broke. I had the spare part at home because it was already broke at some point. So my wife was kind enough to come and rescue me. So she brought the parts and a couple of tools. Although I was in front of a shop, I don't like it to ask for tools, so they were very helpful. At this point, the only thing I want to do, I want to swap it up, that part, get some coolant in, and get the car back in the garage so I can figure it out. I don't know what it is and why that happened. All right, the new parts just show up. The old parts is all in pieces here, as you can see.
Are these stock fenders on this thing?
No, it's a wide body. Yeah.
I was gonna say, this is a nice looking wide body.
Yeah, it's a wide body. It's a custom one.
No,
it's wider than the regular one.
That's why I was looking at it, but it was so flawless. I was like, there's no way that's just a fender roll.
No, it's the entire fender. You swap the entire fender.
That's awesome.
All right, thank you, buddy. As I said, the guys from the shop, they were very helpful. I ended up getting the T replaced. I bought coolant from them, and my goal was just to put the car back on the road so I could get back home and actually figure out what happened, because that T, I don't think was the issue. Alright, might still have some smoke on it. She fires it up. Well, that was where it was leaky. Let's see if I can get back home. Let's see if she's getting any hotter. you know what the issues are. The guys there, man, they're very helpful to give me the tools. But I get how technician looks at like a guy like me who thinks I know. Well, at least I try not to think that I know everything. But they just don't like they just don't like the guys like, yeah, we can overnight the parts. I was like, bro, I have the part at home. So why I'm gonna bother waiting for a part? So it's kind of, I get where they come from. Anyway, let's see if I can get back home, and then we go from there. Right now I just need to pay attention if the car is gonna overheat or not, and we go from there. All right, I'll get you guys back in the garage. And I don't have too much good news, but I'll walk you guys through an update what happened after leaving the alignment shop. Right, a few things happened. Right, so that day I got back home, I checked for leaks. That piece that we changed here didn't leak at all, but I was wondering why that happened, right? Because this piece is relatively new compared with everything. This one broke before, so that was my third one. The first time I broke was when I put the first can on this engine, right? So now I was like, okay, it's just broke because it's a plastic thing. But then I got back home, I complete with more coolant, and I went to pick it up my son to school. At school, if you guys ever drop off or pick it up your son, there's a line, so you sit on the line. So I was sitting on the line with the car. I start to see the temperature climb. Until 220, I think it's fine, because then the fans should kick it in and then start cooling back to 210, 205. And then when you are driving, you're pretty much on the 180 range, right? So this temperature start climbing and didn't came back to 35. When it hit 240, I shut it off, but I was in line, so I have to keep moving. So shut it off, shut it on, shut it off, shut it on. Pick it up my son. When I pick it up, my son was almost 243, 245, and then I park it, wait for the car to cool down completely. And then when it hit to 109, 195, I start back on, start driving. When you're driving, your car not supposed to heat. So that was exactly the case. The temperature was fine, below 200, drove back home fine. Then I tried to see, okay, maybe I have an air pocket because leak coolant. Not, so I put a coolant in, so I noticed the fans were not kicking in. My theory is the car almost overheat, or was overheating, because that's right, was overheating because the fan stopped working. And the interesting is I didn't get any lights on the dash, because normally that should throw a code, because there's a module below the fan that should throw you a code, right? I was like, all right. And this is one thing I hate, so you guys know I hate it. It's diagnosed electrical thing, because I'm not good at it. I need to get better at it. So I called my friend Joe. Joe said like, because I thought it was a thermostat. He's like, there's no way it's the thermostat, the fan should not stop. So check the fan. He gave me an idea. If you can trigger the fan with a laptop or scan tool, then we know that fan for sure is bad. So here we are. I got the computer with me. I don't know how much you guys know, but this is HP Tuners, right? Scanning tool, courtesy of my friend Gio again. Gio is pretty much sponsored this channel at this point, right? If I go here, there's a special option. You can see fans, right? I have the ability to see now. I can put it off, which it doesn't make it nothing because it's off, the car is off. But when I turn it on, it should kick it in, and nothing. Well, the C6 has only one fan, so it should be this. The fan has multiple speeds, but it's not kicking in. And how do I know? It's because when I hit the AC clutch, I don't know if you guys can hear, there's a click. So that works, right? That means that we have a bad fan. That's the reason why that T-piece broke it off. Not because it's plastic and because it's relatively new. What happens is when the guy put it out of the alignment rack, he put in front of the offset, and I was paying for, and he let it run because for some reason this webcam is draining the battery. So you see it's unplugged. So I need to figure that out. So he had to jump the car, and he's like, hey, I had to jump the car to start. So that's why I left running. I was like, all right, that's fine. So I paid, when I turned around, I saw smoke coming out of the hood, and when I opened it up, that T was broke. But I think what happened, and I don't remember checking the temperature back then. I think because the fan didn't kick in, got too hot, that was the most fragile piece in there, so that exploded, started leaking coolant. So for some reason, my fan fell. Never thought that would happen though. It's a really weird thing to happen because you don't get cold. And let's say if you're sitting and not paying attention to the temperature, you literally can overheat. Got pretty hot. I hope there's no damage in there. The only way to figure it out is I ordered new fan, new radiator since I'm there. Let's put those in. Let's see if we can trigger with the computer again when we put the new one in. Because if it was a bad fan module, and I'll show you everything when we work on it, I should get a code. I should have had an engine light, but I don't have anything. So I'm thinking that should be the fan motor itself that went bad. It's almost a 20 years old fan, so it's about time, but I wasn't expecting that. So now while we wait for parts, because you have to order parts, right? Parts are not coming out of the shelf. While we wait for parts, let's get some stuff done on the other things I need to get done, including my truck, as I said. So I think I mentioned that at this point in the video. So I have a couple things to do on the truck. I don't want to, I don't like to be waiting for stuff. So let's be efficient and let's get stuff done on the truck so we can keep move on. The guys from Boost Auto come in clutch for the truck parts. So far, the best company for truck parts, and as you guys know, everything on my truck is Boost Auto. Steps, keys, mirrors, you name it, all the lights are. So here's the keys that we were talking about. This is my old key for the truck. This is the new one from Boost Auto. Look at that. This is the 2020 and up style, and this is a 2018. Look at how beat up it is. So they have a kit. It's literally a plug and play, and they even send you the tool to sync your key with. So should be a really easy plug and play with this tool. Let's get that done. Man, I love my truck. I know a lot of people like new stuff, but I just love my truck. All right, let's get this one done. Should be straightforward. Boost Auto, the mirrors Boost Auto, everything in between is Boost Auto. We're gonna plug connector on the OBD port. This should go here. There we go. We need to get in the truck. Key on. There we go. Remote key learn activate. All right, we should just hold those two for 20 seconds. I'm trying to do it for one hand, right? There we go. Now let's test it. Yeah. Perfect. Close. Yep. Open. Yep. Now let's test the remote start. Should work the same way, right? You press this and you hold here. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. So nice, so nice. Lights on. You cannot see because it's probably the camera, but lights on. Mirrors are on. Everything is on, bro. This is so much better. Let me swap it up because I have more stuff on this old key. Look at the old and the new. Let's do a quick swap. There we go. Now we're back in business. Look at that. So if you guys want a key for your 2014 to 2018 and you want a 20 style, there's a link below. You can get it. Yeah, love it. Look at that. Old. Thank you, Boost Auto, for, as always, trust me with your product. I love every single one. Next thing, you guys know I have the tailgate flag. Since basically I got the truck, I also had the same flag on the 2017 Chevy Colorado. Missed that truck, by the way. But now, turning my, I know this is all over the place, but I'm starting to make the truck very similar to the Colorado with a couple upgrades. And one of it is, I think this flag did his job for now. So now it's a time for upgrade. But before we upgrade, which is not gonna be on this video, we need to get rid of this. This was done by my good friend Brian. He can do any kind of print you want. I'll leave a link below. We're probably gonna work together to get something else, or either for the tailgate or for my back window. But before we get there, we need to take this one off. What we need, heat gun and a lot of patience. I would love to hear what you guys think I should do with the truck. In between, put a new flag on, maybe a lift kit, wheels, tires. Don't want to say it's coming, but it's coming. So if you can leave me your opinion below. I was trying to get as much as possible done until waiting for the Corvette parts, because yeah, I ordered but still didn't get it. A full flag it's here on my hand, but the good thing is when you buy good stuff, it's easier to take it out. So my friend Brian, link below, check it out. If you need anything, he can cut you anything. If you want like a flag or a Corvette logo, whatever. He can make you chairs. So keep that in mind. Now it's pretty dirty, as you can see. I need to do something about it. Again, the goal here was just clean it up as much as possible so it can get rid of the marks that the flag left behind. So I use my foam cannon, nothing too fancy, just a shampoo, clean it up as much as possible, and I use also a clay bar, a clay mint in this case, which I'll leave the link below if you would need to do any kind of cleanup with this thing. You'll get anything out of it. I also use our remover, as you can see. So very quickly, very easy, make clean. I need to do a full detail on this truck for sure, but the time is not right now. That's it, back to where it was. I'll do an entire paint correction on this truck when time comes, of course before the summer, but now we have a clean canvas that we can work with. That's it. Let's wait for this stuff to show up and then we can start to work on the Corvette. Maybe a while I'll just, you know, put on the quick jacks and so on, because we're gonna need that, unfortunately. All right, we got the goodies. Now we need to get to work. I think this is the fan and this is the radiator. I might as well just change the radiator too. So now what we need to do is put the car on jack stands, or in my case, quick jacks, which is a project by itself. And then drain the coolant, remove the old radiator and fan, and then put the new one, test it out, put new coolant on, and hopefully there is no more damage than this. You know, the fun fact is, this video was supposed to be me cleaning this car. So far, we haven't touched. The car is a mess. But hey, in this video, there's no laziness. So let's get done. Let's do this. I can't start. I think it's low in coolant, but it should be fast. Yep. And we have oil pressure, which is very important. And so far it's running pretty good. But I gotta be fast because there's no coolant in it. Besides the smell of coolant burning, because it's on the heads, on the headers and everything, doesn't sound too bad, which this is good news. We have oil pressure, car runs normal, just need to not get too hot. That's what we need. Bro, I was dying to drive this car last weekend. It was so nice outside. Didn't happen. Alright, I'm draining the coolant, and as you can see, there's not much because everything else already is out of the car. But then, bro, there's coolant everywhere. So I'm gonna do a cleanup here for now. This was so clean, bro, so clean. I guess it is what it is, right? So let me get my stuff done. And let's do some cleaning while this thing drains. And we let drain a lot because then it's easier for us to take the radiator out. I think what fell was not this one here though. We will try. I'll connect the new one to this and we see if there's an issue. Maybe I need to order one of these. We'll see. But you see here, there's coolant everywhere. So I gotta do a cleanup. I don't like to leave like this. If you guys remember, I clean everything up before. Look, it's so coolant everywhere. So I'll clean as much as I can. Oil pan, oil there, coolant everywhere. I hope it didn't damage any sensor. Look, coolant here, coolant everywhere. So, let's get to work. Yes, one of the things that I was very particular when I did the engine swap was to keep everything clean, but things happen. I'm trying my best to clean just with degreaser, a rag, or a microfiber towel to get every single coolant part of it. We're probably gonna smell coolant for the next couple of rides on this thing, if it runs. It really feels like I was just sitting here with no motor, which I was, because it was less than 6 months ago this car did not have a motor in it and I was removing everything. But all jokes aside, removing the radiator and the fan on a C6 is pretty easy though. It's just like the fact that the hood is on the way. It's just a couple holes from the water pump and also from the reservoir, and then just a lot of patience, make sure everything's disconnected so you can pull that out. Here we have the old part, as you can see, the new parts, and I went with OEM because it said this car is not making too much power, like 1000 horsepower, so we're not there. So I'm working with OEM parts, but I think I found which actually the issue is, but I rather replace everything since I'm there. I don't know if you can see there. There's a little corrosion there, see? So I think that's the issue, and that's the module. So I ordered a new one. I should have ordered with this, but I didn't, so now I have to wait more, but it is what it is. As you can see here, it's a brand new. This vent should go like this here, somehow like this. There we go. So it should be like this, new radiator, new vent, and then we're gonna put the new module there as well, because I'm not trusting that module, to be honest though. So next day, and still waiting for parts, but since it's kind of nice, it's perfect for washing. I wash in the garage because I still have the quick jacks in case we need it. I cover most of this stuff on the engine bay, like the battery, the fuse box and the alternator. And then my main concern is gonna be here to wash here. Since coolant went everywhere, it's like kind of, you know, sticky. So I end up, the main products I'm gonna use for now, and again, this is not how to, but I'm gonna use engine cleaning from Grills. And as you can see, if you have a Grills foam can, you can attach the bottle right there. And I'm using touchless. This is I bought it from Obsessed Garage because I don't want to scrub the car right now. I just want to make cleaner than what it is. Yeah, let's get the engine done first, and then I'm gonna just do a touchless for now. Then it should give us enough time to wait for the parts, which is the fan module, and also the T that broke. I bought one in stainless steel. This car deserves only the best, right? Let's go.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life.
There's just something about washing a car. If you are a car guy and you don't like to wash cars, I don't know, maybe you should rethinking.
Few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared, let's just figure it out.
Still waiting for some parts so we can finish the car and hopefully start it. It's the fan cooling module, whatever is that called. You guys saw, I just feel better buying a new one anyway. But here's the thing, this door, not good, not good. What happens is, last time we did it, I chipped it out on those clamps. Half of them broke when I took to the guy to the upholstery shop, and half of them I bought really cheap from eBay, and they didn't do anything, especially here on the bottom. Here's too good. I don't know why here's not. So I bought a new ones to replace it. Those are like $30 for six of these, 30 bucks. Yes, it is what it is. That's what happens when you try to save some money. But now let's try to put this door on, because I don't like it. Every time you try to open the door, it makes that noise. I don't like it. So let's fix this. Windows down. Car's happy. This is the part that we are waiting for, the new one. I don't want to put the bad one on everything new. But what we can do is the hose, those bolts I needed, those clamps, everything we need to swap over. And then once it does this here, we just plug it in and we can put it back on the car, right? We see, it's just a swap. Hoses, clamps, bolts, and blah, 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 all right? was trying to do the most out of the time I have to wait, I decided to ceramic coat my wheels. Last time I did it was 3 years ago, so wheels with that long of a coat and the way I wash it, I just felt the ceramic coat was fading. So I did the 4 wheels, the calipers, and we should be good to go. Very simple way: clean, apply ceramic coat, remove it like new. Wheels are back on. As you guys saw, I ceramic coated the calipers. The engine bay is cleaner as it should. Now there's no more coolant anywhere. There's no more, signs of coolant, anything. And better than anything, we got our part. Our number that was missing, that's there if you want to see. That's the engine fan computer. Right, it goes right there in the fan, same place where the old one is, so right there. I also got that part that we had an issue with, stainless steel. The kit comes with a couple of holes. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use it or not. We'll figure it out. But now the plan is very simple. We're gonna take that bad boy there, plug the fan on, put in the car. I'm not gonna run any coolant or anything like that because since we have the computer, we can trigger the fan to see if that works. If the fan works, then it's a matter of pulling coolant on and let the car run to temperature. See where, if the fan's kicking in by itself, which should, because nothing changed, and then we should be good to go. But first we need to make sure the fans, they work before we do anything. Right? Let's put the fan coolant module in. Let's put all the holes, put the radiator back on, and boom, we should be able to try it on. Let's see. Well, at this point, we just need to reverse the process. Of course, I'm doing upgrades as we go, but at this point, I didn't know if the car would start or not. So the big worry here was make sure all the clamps were in place. I also upgrade that T from plastic to stainless steel so we don't have any more risks in there. But putting a brand new radiator in a Vent, this was my first time. I never thought I would touch my Corvette in that way and know so much about it. I basically know every single bolt of this car at this point. But that doesn't mean that this will work. We need to see until the end. The radiator is in. As you can see, all the hoses. I ended up using the hose that comes with the kit, which is basically this one and this one here. Everything else is the same. And here you gotta connect the water pump, and also that's the connection. I don't know how much you can see. That's the connection right there for the fan, right? Now, you see, I still don't have the air intake in, the cover for the radiator and so on, because I want to test it. And here we have the software, install it. So if I hit this button, technically that thing should fire up. We'll see. Moment of truth, guys. Nope, nope, nope. Do I have to set up the speed? Oh, we got it. We got it. Oh, yeah, we fixed it. Oh, look at that. It can pull to 100%, and if they shut it off. Yeah, we fixed it. One more for the books, boys. Yes, it is fixed. technically it's working. So now we should be able to put coolant in the car. Let me finish bolt everything on, and we should be able to try to see if it kicks in by itself, right? At this point, the sense of accomplishment is like through the roofs. I know maybe for you it's nothing, but remember, I don't have any background in mechanics or anything. I'm just a guy in my garage trying to fix my dream car that I bought it with a lot of sweat and tears. But I can't explain. I can't wait to hear this car back again and put him back on the road. It's raining outside. We need to test it, so I'm gonna run the car. Let's see if the fans kick it in. The fans kick it in normally in 214-ish, 213. Doesn't mean the fans are working. Then the actually, fan will kick it in by itself. So that's the test. You guys see I have the funnel here. So I have the funnel here, which prevents bubbles to coming out. Once the car's warm it up and will take more coolant, and then I'll keep adding. That's at least what happened when I did the engine swap. So let's start the car. Let's see what we can get and if we can read anything. The goal here is just to warm it up, bring the car to running temperature. And I'll tell you what, this funnel here, it's a no spill funnel. Very helpful. There's a link below if you want to add to your list things to do. As you can see, bubbles coming out. This helps a lot to not have any air pockets on the lines and anything. So I let the car run for maybe 10 minutes so that heats the temperature, and then the fan should kick it in. It will have some smoke because remember, we washed the engine bay. Thermostat should open it up any moment. Yeah, the fans are working because before I turned on the AC, it didn't work. But I want to see if it will kick in by itself. We're still 185. It's not getting that hot because I just turned it on the AC. Alright, 196. We're getting there, boys. We're getting there. The fan should kick it in at 214. I think that's the number. 214. 205. Come on. Did that kick it in already? Because it's coming down. Yeah, that kicked it in. 205. Right now, it's 207. 207. The fans are in. Let's see how much is coming down. 205. Yes! Yes, 205. Should come down more. Let's see here. 203. How much you can see. I'm sure, I don't think you will be able to see it. It's even hard for me to see. But spinning. The fan's on. Woo! All the hard work, boys. All the hard work. Look, 203, 205, 203, 205. It's now back to 207, 205. Everything in here looks good. She ran for, I just look at the camera, she ran for 24 minutes. She ran for 24 minutes in a steady 205, gets to 207, that comes down to 203, which is ideally. Before it was getting to 220, nothing. Another thing you can do though to test if your fan's failing for some reason, I'll give you a couple tips, right? So again, my first time doing it, but you can either turn it on. Let's say you don't have the laptop like I have with a HP tuner or any OBD scanner tool that you can trigger the fan to kick it in, right? What you can do is turn on the AC. The AC, it's linked with the fans of the car because it's meant to cool the system when the AC is running. It's meant to cool also the AC compressor. So if you turn on the AC, and the fans don't kick it in, that means that something's wrong, right? So that's tip number one. Tip number two, you get yourself a tool. I didn't get the chance to do a 12 volts test. Some cars can do that. You can plug a 12 volts in straight to the fans and that will kick it in, but that's not the case. But I'm glad that I did it. It's fixed. Again, that was not the plan on this video. The plan of this video was cleaning the Alcantara. To be honest, it's not a big deal, right? I gotta clean up all this mess, take it off this coolant out. Also, you know, clean up all the things. And then I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna clean the Alcantara, because this was the main topic of the last video. And as you can see, it's pretty clean though. So, but I want to keep it as clean as possible, this baby. All right, let's do it. So I have a problem with the car again. I think this one's easy. We'll see. I'm very worried, but we'll see. So WORKPRO came in clutch again with those adjustable wrenches. Look at those though. So one side you have 15, 17, the other one 14, 19, and it's adjustable. So I think what's going on, let me show you. There's a wire. It's touching the headers. And I think because that should go, the pickup tube should hold that back. So I'll try to fix here on the spot using the adjustable wrench. So you adjust to lose it up. I'm telling you, man, those wrenches are a game changer. All right, that's back on. Now I feel better. That wire is not touching the header anymore. I think that happens when I put the starter, and that's why I was seeing smoke. I think that's what it is. Hope nothing else. Again, thank you WORKPRO to work with me. Those wrenches are amazing. I'll have the entire collection then. And I know it's late at night, but today it's finally a nice night here in Jersey. And the car, it's done. I have been driving for the last week or so. There's nothing. That is smoky right there. Worried me a little bit. Now the car, since the car got a lot hotter than normally it is, I have to watch everything to make sure that there's no issues with it. And sorry for the light, but it is what it is. It's dark. It's 9 o'clock at night, but I want to pull the car out. I never showed the car. The winter is so messy that I never show you guys outside, so I figure I show you guys outside. And there we go. The lights is a little better, right? So yeah, we're running the CH lights, which they are amazing. But yeah, that's it. That's a wrap for this video. I decided to stop the video here because it was way too long and I didn't have time to clean the Alcantara anyway. Let me know if you guys think that I should check for something else. Again, the car got hotter, but I think I was able to save in, you know, stop the car before getting, you know, overheated and everything. Car so far is running amazing, like as the best was running ever. But it's a project car. You always gotta keep looking at it and see things they might have an issue with. But other than that, super good. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you Boost Auto to take care of my truck. Thank you WORKPRO for providing the tools, and thank you guys for watching. Now I'm in the hunt for the next project. So I don't know what it's gonna be, but I'm in the hunt. I wanted something that I can start fresh. This is gonna be my car for the season. This is my baby. If I don't need to sell, I'll not sell it, so I'll stay with me. Maybe we'll do a wrap next year or so. For now, the car, I call the car done, unless we're gonna keep, you know, tweaking things like to make perfect. Like I should have done the radiator before and so on and so forth. But other than that, I'm in the hunt for the next project. Again, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to smash the thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.